So you only know how to use your controller, but there's a gig you can do on CDJs. What are you gonna do? Let's talk about that right now. This is Share the Knowledge. What's going on? Welcome to Share the Knowledge. I'm DJ TLM representing DJ City out here in Amsterdam. And no, this is not a video where I'll be bashing people who use controllers or CDJs or anything like that. Use what you want to use. I just want to get that out of the way first. No, this is about the advantages of also knowing how to work with other equipment besides the stuff that you use at home. Like I said in the intro, imagine if you're a DJ, beginner DJ, and you've been practicing at home with your controller. That's what you know how to use. And now you get the opportunity to come play at a club. You don't have a lot of experience playing in front of people yet, so this is a great opportunity. The only thing is, they're using CDJs with a DJ-M900. That's the setup. They don't have room for extra equipment, so you cannot connect your controller. So the only way to take that gig is if you play on CDJs. Imagine if you can't take that gig because you don't know how that equipment works. So look, I know that you're probably gonna say that you don't have CDJs, so how can you practice working with CDJs? I'm not even saying that you have to practice with that equipment, but you have to know how it works. Now, the thing is, most DJ equipment works the same. It will have similar features, and of course, some equipment will have more features. If you take a big controller, it's gonna have a ton of knobs and faders and extra stuff on there. I get that, but the main functions are always the same. You're gonna have your play, you're gonna have your pitch, you're gonna have your EQ on the mixer or on the mixer section of a controller. That stuff is the same. That is all that you need for the basic principles of mixing. You have to be able to play your tracks, beat match, mix your tracks. Now you need the faders, the EQ, press play, pitch, and then you can basically DJ. So especially if we're talking about a club standard like the CDJs, the DJ-M900, that's what you're gonna find at a lot of clubs. There's plenty of tutorials online that can show you exactly how that equipment works. And trust me, if you're using a controller at home, that controller might not look the same as that CDJ, but if you know how to use that controller and you check out a couple of those tutorials, you'll know where to find all the functions on that CDJ. And even though it might take you a while to get used to the feeling, you'll know how they work and how to use them. So just to take myself as an example, my preferred setup is 2 turntables, my S9 and Serato. But I also do gigs where I'm using CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 and a DJ-M900 Nexus 2. I recently did a couple of gigs where I was playing on an XDJ RX2 and a gig on the DDJ 1000. Now I could work with all of that equipment because it all works the same. Now, are you gonna get the optimal performance if you play on gear that you haven't used before? No, probably not, but you should be able to rock a crowd with equipment that you never used before as long as you know how all the basic features work. So that's one reason why it's important to try to know more about other equipment. Especially if you're a beginner DJ, you're probably not going to be in a position where you can demand certain equipment. Now look, if you're a headliner, you're going to send your technical writer and they're going to set up the stuff that you need. That's how that works. When you're just starting out, you should probably be happy that you get the opportunity, and chances are you can't really dictate what they will have there at the venue. And even though I'm in a position where I can send my technical writer, and I've been doing this for years, at certain shows, I'll know in advance that it's going to be very difficult to set up that entire turntable set. So for instance, I do shows with Brainpower, an MC out of Amsterdam. I've been his tour DJ for 20 years. We rock all sorts of shows, big stages, clubs, and especially with the clubs, we run into situations where I know in advance that there's going to be a small DJ booth, 4 DJs playing on CDJs, and we're coming in to do a 20-minute show, and out of those 20 minutes, I'm spending 50 to 75% on front of the stage with Brainpower doing his backing vocals, and I'm only in the booth for a couple of minutes to do a couple of cuts. Now, I can do those cuts on CDJs without any issue, so in a situation like that, I'll use the CDJs because it's gonna make it easier for everyone. Now, when it comes to me, the setup time is 0. I could walk into the DJ booth, put that flash drive in, headphones in, and I'm good to go. And after the show, eject, and I'm done. But also, I don't have to stress the organization to get a second DJ booth or totally rearrange the stage just so I can get that turntable set up there for a 20-minute show where I'm spending 5 minutes behind the decks. Now, the same thing happens with software. I'm seeing this more and more in comment sections when they announce new equipment, and what you see a lot is people will say, that will be so dope if it would work with such and such software. So the only thing holding them back from using that equipment is the fact that it's using a different DJ software. Now look, I understand we all have our preferences and all DJ software is not the same, but imagine if you were able to work perfectly with all of that software. That would mean that that's not going to be the limitation holding you back from using certain equipment. So if you get the chance to work with different type of hardware, take that chance and at least try it out so you know how it feels, know how it works. Same thing with the software. Experiment, see how it works, get yourself a free version or demo version just to see if it is actually that different from the software that you're using. And if you don't get a chance to actually get your hands on some of that equipment, look at a couple of tutorials, especially for some of the standard club equipment. So my question to you would be, have you ever done gigs where you had to play on equipment that you were not familiar with, and how did that go? Let us know in the comment section down below. Now, if you like the video, make sure you like the video and share the video and subscribe to DJ City if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Peace.